I upload a video on a deck profile about Galaxy Eyes, and on the same day I upload it, the ban list comes. Now that's unfortunate, but I've made a new deck profile based around what I think is going to be meta. The meta decks I've taken into consideration are Branded, Kashtira, Spright, Tearlaments, Swordsoul, Labyrinth, and Runic. The first staple cards I'm going to talk about is Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler. These two cards are very similar in what they do and how you should use them. Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler should be used to target choke points within a deck, targeting cards like the Branded Fusion monsters, Gigantic Spright, the Swordsoul monsters, and the Tearlaments monsters in order to cripple your opponent as much as you can. Ash Blossom is another card you may want to consider running. Targets for Ash Blossom are Branded Fusion, Gigantic Spright, Spright Starter, and any other extra deck monster that provides utility for the deck. Now for Branded and Tearlaments specifically, you may want to run DD Crow or Ghost Belle. Targets for these cards are Branded in red and just the Tearlaments monsters in the graveyard. Both these cards prevent your opponent from fusion summoning, but if you had to choose between one of them, I would definitely go for DD Crow as it can't be chain link blocked. Our back row removal cards are self-explanatory, they're just there to remove back row, any floodgates. Cosmic Cyclone is there just in case any protection effect on spell or trap cards are there. Cards like Hugin can be really annoying to deal with, so I suggest you have Cosmic Cyclone just in case. Specifically for Kashtira, you want to run both Book of Eclipse and Sword of Concealing Light, so your monster zones aren't locked. You should also know your Galaxy 100 targets, as they are the same as your hand trap targets. You should be banishing cards like Gigantic Spright, any form of floodgate like Winder, and any negations such as Totally. Board breakers like Zeus are also a good target for Galaxy 100. And keep in mind, if you're going first, you can potentially have 2 extra deck banishes by detaching Afterglow on their turn. If we're talking how to side deck, for Spright you can remove your 3 copies of Book of Eclipse, for Ash Blossom, and keep your back row removal for any Infinite Impermanences that they have. For Branded, you can also do the same thing, replace them Book of Eclipses for Ash Blossom, but also replace those back row removal for Ghost Belle or DD Crow. These cards will be specifically used for Branded in red. For Tearlaments, you're going to remove the Book of Eclipse for DD Crow or Ghost Belle, and you're also going to replace any back row removal cards that you're running for DD Crow, Ghost Belle, or Ash Blossom. For Kashtira, you're going to remove your back row removal for Swords of Concealing Light, and for Swordsoul, you're going to remove your Book of Eclipse or back row removal for 3 copies of Ash. If you're against a back row heavy deck, you're going to replace your Book of Eclipse for 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone and 1 copy of Lightning Storm. You can see that Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler don't change. These cards are pretty much always going to be in your deck at all times. If you're deciding whether you're going first or second and you pick first, you can also side our useless non-searchable trap card. But if you don't want to side that card, I suggest you replace that card with Ghost Belle or DD Crow, whichever one you don't have in your side deck.